Hello everyone, I'm Extra Cheesy 87 and this is Let's Play Danganronpa Part 38. In the previous video, we entered into the second half of the class trial pretty much. At this point, no less than 3 people have admitted to killing Sakura, and we're still not entirely sure who did it. Hina's the main suspect right now, but Kyoko just doesn't buy it. And she wants Hina to explain about switching the poison and the protein. My buttons are there. It goes. I was weird. I was like,
doesn't matter.
I was hitting the button on the controller and nothing was happening.
Hina, please, I'd like to know too.
Because I just don't. I'm so confused right now. Actually,
Fine.
Waste your time if you like. It's clear that Hina is the culprit.
now I mean Togami's definitely on the defensive now. Like he's kind of flustered, which is very sus.
There's nobody else to suspect. Nobody else could have possibly done it.
Go ahead, Hina. Start from the moment you arrived at the chem lab.
Well, right away I went to Section C and got the poison.
And is that when you spilled the powder in front of that part of the shelf?
Yeah. When I opened the bottle, I dropped it like an idiot.
You dropped the bottle.
I see. Okay then, go on.
So then I moved to Section A and got the protein powder, and that's where I switched them.
But all the powder was on the floor.
Once I was done with that, I took the protein can that had the poison in it and left the room. But I accidentally put the bottle filled with protein powder back on the wrong shelf.
Whoa, wait. Can we? Do we have a log? Because so you're standing in front of shelf C. You drop the bottle. Protein powder goes everywhere. You know, poison powder goes everywhere. Wouldn't there still be some footsteps in front of section 3 or C?
And because of that, everything I did got found out. And that's it.
I just don't get why she's so willing to take the fall, because
That story you just told. First you went to Section C to get the poison. Then moved to Section A to get the protein, right? Meaning you went from Section C to Section A. Do I have that correct?
Yeah.
that's true. Isn't that a little strange?
Can you repeat that series of events one more time?
What's wrong with you, Big Mac? You're being awfully pushy.
Big Mac.
It's the same thing no matter how many times you hear it.
I guess
How long
I guess
until you're satisfied.
Little Mac is a trademarked property. Can't call him that. Okay, the full truth. Yeah, that's the thing that's like most confusing to me. Source of the powder, footprints and probably footprints. Okay, let's look at all our stuff again. So footprints, footprints. Only near the leftmost section. Yeah. So let's say, oh wait, also source of the powder. The powder is poisonous. So that's the poison powder. Have to have been spilled after the incident took place. The source and footprints are the most sus.
That's when I grabbed the poison.
Okay, grab the poison.
And you spilled some of the powder on the ground in front of the shelf.
Yeah. When I grabbed the bottle, I dropped it.
Okay.
Okay, and then?
I moved from Section C to Section A. And that's where I switched the powders. Once I was done
So it's
switching
probably,
them,
right now I'm thinking C to A
I
footprints
put
in
the
the
bottle
powder.
filled with the protein powder back in Section A. Then I took the bottle with the poison in it and left the chem lab. That's all there is to it.
Okay. I think I see
Honestly,
it.
That's enough.
How much longer must we tolerate this?
Okay, I'm sure there's something strange here. I mean, I know the contradiction
First
is
I went to
obviously that
Section C.
if she walked from C to A, the
That's
footprints
when
would be
I
in the
grabbed
other
the poison,
direction.
And you spilled some of the... Yeah.
The question is just
I
how do we
grabbed
get
the
the...
bottle.
Okay.
Which way
and
does the
then?
game want us to present this?
I moved from Section C to
Okay, that's correct.
No, that's wrong.
You're incorrect. Your memories, they're bullshit.
You said you went to get the poison from Section C. And that's where you spilled the powder, right?
Yeah? What about it?
And after that, you said you moved from Section C to Section A to get the protein. But the footprints left at the scene were not moving from Section C to Section A. That contradicts what you just said.
What?
Then maybe she moved in some weird direction on purpose to disguise her movements?
Yeah, she totally did that, but didn't think to not leave footprints behind.
No, that can't be it. Remember what Hina just said?
I'm still just like, I'm so confused on why she's taking the fall here. Because, I mean, she must know that, I mean, getting herself falsely convicted kills all of us. Except for whoever is the actual murderer. But who among here would she want to help get out at the cost of her own life?
What the? Hina, what's the meaning of this?
Well...
You lied to us. Plain and simple. If you look at the footprints, your movements in the chem lab are obvious. The powder had already been spilled when you came in, and you went straight to Section A. So you never went to Section C. Whatever you did there, it only involved Section A.
Well... You see...
What the hell? What's going on here?
And the footprints aren't the only problem with her account.
What?
Before I explain that part, I'd like to submit some new evidence.
Actually, nope, can't do that.
New evidence? Impossible, there can't be.
It doesn't follow procedure.
Are you sure? After all, you're the one that gave it to me.
I did?
So I guess I mean, the way Tagami's all fucking shook up, it has to be him, I'm guessing, but I'm still really confused.
It was hidden inside the bottle of poison you gave me. I'm amazed you, of all people, would miss such a vital clue. A truly grave oversight.
Dude, fucking Kyoko's smirk is just, it's too good.
Just say it already! What is it you think you found?
I found this.
Piece of glass.
It had sunk to the bottom of the bottle.
Oh. This maybe? About how there was glass already on? Like, that it landed on top of the glass? Is it the same glass?
And the hidden clue was exposed, thanks to you ingesting the powder.
Oh, his flair for drama is what's gonna get him killed? That's hilarious.
I couldn't have solved the mystery without you. So, thank you for that.
But, what is it?
Oh, you still don't realize? Well then. Makoto, why don't you explain it?
Huh? Me?
Fine. If you really do know, explain the meaning of that shard of glass.
Yeah. It was in the rec room window.
It's part of the window from the rec room door, right?
The window?
The window we broke to get in was light blue, just like that. So I think that must be it.
You're right. It must be. Of course, that leads to another question. How did a shard of glass from the window get inside this bottle of poison?
What's so strange about that?
Well, I mean, it's obvious what's so strange about it, but the question is... Yeah,
What's strange is that, according to what Hina told us,
where was the bottle of... Wait, where was it? Where was it the bottle of poison should have been when I broke the rec room window? It should have been the locker? Section A... Section A of the shelf?
I got it! The bottle of poison was left on the shelf in the chem lab. That is what you said, right, Hina? And yet, somehow a piece of glass from the rec room window made its way into the bottle.
Everything Hina told us was a lie?
In reality, that bottle of poison most definitely found its way to the rec room. It was there at least until the window got broken. In other words, when the locked room was unlocked. There's no other way to explain the presence of that glass in that bottle.
I'm so confused right now, if I'm
And
being
then,
honest.
once the room was opened, the bottle somehow got moved back to the shelf in the chem lab.
It's like, I feel like I know, I mean, the conclusion has to be that it's Togami, because he's the only one that hasn't been cleared. But I don't know how we're going to get there.
Meanwhile, the protein can we found at the crime scene was planted there. That had to be after the locked room was opened. In other words, after Sakura died.
So the only person, so I mean, it was us, Hina, and Kyoko were the ones who were there immediately after. Togami and everyone else came later.
Wait, hold on. You're moving too fast.
Because I remember Hina leaves to go get everyone, and then we're in the room with Kyoko? So maybe Hina did something while we weren't paying attention?
I'll grant you, the bottle of poison may well have been in the rec room when it was locked. But how can you say the protein can was put there after the room was unlocked?
Yeah.
We already know she was given the protein can with the poison inside, right? If that can wasn't there when she died, how did she get poisoned?
You're right. We do need to explain that. But before we do, there's something I'd like to confirm with everyone here.
Huh?
Is it your turn to confess now? Because that's what everybody's doing?
It has to do with the protein can. After Sakura's body was discovered, did anyone move it or trip over it or anything like that?
What are you talking about? Is this some kind of loaded question?
Not at all. Just answer to the best of your ability.
I assume she's getting at how it was put there after the glass.
No, not that I remember.
Yeah, me either.
Not me.
Same here.
Yeah, me either.
Okay then, that settles it.
Well, also, everyone in this room, everyone who just answered has lied at some point, so can we really trust them?
That proves that the protein can found its way to the murder scene after the room was opened.
Oh, come on! How can you say that? How can you know what I don't know?
The reason she can't say that is because there's evidence. The proof, it was after it was opened. Yeah, I mean, we know it. Now, oh god, it's spinny fun time. Everyone's favorite. Okay. Empty protein drink. Probably empty protein drink.
When it
What is it actual? Is that the one we're thinking of? Yeah. Empty protein drink. Okay. Oh, it's even
there's not a
preloaded.
doubt in my
Which is a
mind.
little worrying, because it feels like you always have
Until
this change.
The locked room was unlocked.
Locked room was
It
unlocked.
absolutely was not in there.
So you're saying someone planted it there after we got the door open?
No. No, that's impossible. It had to have been in there the whole time.
Okay.
It had to be. It
Oh,
was in
God.
there before.
Oh, you've been blasted.
No, that's wrong.
Your spinny web of lies will not protect you. The windmill of doom.
You remember how there was broken glass scattered all around the room, right?
Yeah, it's a good thing I ended the video and didn't try to finish the trial the last time, because there was actually a good bit more left.
Of course. It came from the window you broke to get in. What about it?
Well, those pieces weren't just scattered around the protein can. We also found pieces underneath the can.
What?
And this proves it. It shows that the can must have been put down on the floor after the window was broken. So it had to be after we got into the room.
I see. So that's your explanation. Kyoko, earlier when you asked if anyone had moved the can or tripped over it,
If that were the case, that would explain the can being on top of the glass.
So you asked everyone about it to eliminate that possibility right out of the gate.
And that's made everything clear, hasn't it?
Yeah, you're smart, Kyoko. We get it.
As long as it was a locked room, it only contained the bottle of poison, and not the protein can. But once the room was opened up, they were switched. And as a result, the protein can wound up in the rec room, and the bottle of poison returned to the chem lab.
Dude, the word poison has lost all meaning to me. I've heard it so many times.
if that's all true, then why did Sakura drink the poison? I thought we all agreed she was tricked into drinking it because of the protein can.
I don't know, dude.
No, that's not why. The only explanation is she drank it from its original bottle, knowing exactly what it was.
Okay, so I mean, that kind of goes back into what I was saying about she willingly died, but
Precisely. She was alone in a locked room. All she had was the poison. What other possibility is there?
You're saying she drank it knowing what it was?
So do we execute Sakura's dead body?
Such a ridiculous fiction is...
Exactly what happened.
Then tell us already. Sorry. Please, tell us.
Before we get to that, we need to clarify one other thing.
Do we?
We need to establish who exactly got the poison from the chem lab and took it to the rec room.
It was Hina, right? She took it and gave it to Ogre.
Okay. I have an idea. Togami meets with Sakura. Says, drink this poison or I kill Hina. That's his ultimatum. Sakura drinks the poison? Maybe? Something like that? I don't know. I'm like mind blasted right now.
What do you think, Makoto?
Makoto doesn't know what the fuck is going on. When he got the poison from the Kin lab and brought it to the rec room, it had to have been... I guess it was Sakura?
I got it!
But
I think it was Sakura herself.
did she maybe plan on killing everyone in the meeting? With the poison?
Huh? So Sakura, who was apparently murdered, just poisoned herself?
I guess the thing is that, like, I don't, like, who's the murderer here? I don't really know.
What are you talking about? There's no way!
Because, I mean, so what did Hiro said? She said something about it all ends today or something? So, I mean, if Sakura poisons all three of them, then she would break the class rule, which means she would get killed, and then there would just be the three of us left. I don't know. There's a bunch of possibilities running around in the mind, but
On the contrary, we know for a fact she went to the chem lab, right to the section full of poisons.
You're lying! Stop lying! Why? Why would you lie like that?
maybe Hina knew about it and didn't want Sakura's... That's why she was gonna take the fall? Was because she didn't want Sakura's plan to poison everyone to come out? Not a lie, Sakura definitely went to Section C. I have to get Hina to admit that. But, like, what is... Moment of truth. Oh god, we got a blaster.
You're a liar! What are you saying? Wrong! You're wrong! I'm telling you, I did it! Stop talking!
Oh god, how do we reload?
You're a liar! Wrong! You're wrong! Wrong! You're
I keep forgetting you have to tap it in time.
I hate you!
Don't say that. That's rude. Shouldn't hate people. Especially when they're just trying to
You're a liar!
prove you're a murdering bad man.
Wrong! You're wrong! I'm telling you, I did it!
Oh god.
Stop talking!
We should probably do our thingy, right?
You're a liar! Wrong! You're wrong!
Okay, we have one. Source
Do you
of
have
the
any kind
source
of
of source of
Sakura
the
took the poison?
the yellow powder on the feet. The yellow powder on the feet. Yellow powder on the feet, dude. Oh my god.
Wrong.
I didn't know which one was
You're
which.
wrong. I hate you!
The yellow powder that's on her feet. Is it
Do
this
you have
one?
any kind of proof?
This should prove it.
Is it that one?
Hina, did you know that Sakura's foot had a certain yellow powder stuck to it?
It did?
Now, granted, it was on top of her feet, but I guess maybe if she dropped it, that's how it could have. Because you would think it would be stuck to the bottom of her feet if she walked in it.
It did. The same yellow powder that had been spilled by the shelf in the chem lab. That powder was yellow, wasn't it? So the powder we found on Sakura, what else could it be but the powder from the chem lab?
Wait. So, what was that powder doing on Ogre's foot?
And it was only on her instep, right?
Sakura must have been standing right there where the powder was spilled. So the person who spilled the powder by the shelf wasn't Hina, but Sakura.
So she takes the fall to defend Sakura's name, But
And when Sakura dropped the bottle, she dropped it away from where she was actually standing,
by doing that, you're killing us.
which is how she was able to avoid getting it all over herself. But the powder still got scattered around, and some of it must have wound up on her instep. Is there any problem with my thinking?
But why did Sakura pay a visit to Section C in the first place? The only explanation is that she was looking for poison. After all, that's all that section contained.
No! It was me! The poison! Because I killed her!
No, you didn't kill her.
One that killed Sakura. The connection between Sakura, the poison, the unsolved mysteries. The only one way to explain it. I don't know who it is. Was it us? Is it Tagami? You already know the answer, right? Let's not drag this out any longer. I don't know who did it. One that killed Sakura. The connection between Sakura, the poison, and the unsolved mystery of the locked room. I don't actually know. Was it Sayaka? I'm so confused. Is it a dead person? Is that the twist? Can I select Monokuma? It wasn't Hina. Was it Hiro? You already know. I don't.
Shoot!
We've picked everyone. Was it Kyoko? Is she confessing? I'm so confused. Is it Toko? I mean, that's the only person left.
Shoot!
I'm losing my mind. If it's actually a dead character, I'm gonna be so mad. Oh, is it? We're supposed to like Sakura?
Here's my answer.
That's okay. So Sakura
The one
is
who
the
killed
one.
Sakura was Sakura herself.
But like, why would? I guess I'm not really clear. Why would suicide proc a murder investigation trial? Like, are we actually going to execute Sakura?
What? The killer was Sakura?
Wait, so you're saying it was suicide?
But why would that? That doesn't make sense. I shouldn't proc a murder investigation.
I don't believe it. I don't believe it any more than I believe I can fly.
I can't believe it either. Or rather, I don't want to believe it. But when you really think about it, everything matches up. Sakura went and got the poison. She barricaded herself in a room, and she drank it, all so she could end her own life. And that explains why we couldn't solve the mystery of the locked room.
So maybe she killed herself to end the kind of hate and division that was being spread by her being the spy? Wanted to create the locked room. Yeah.
I got it! The locked room mystery was created by Sakura.
I'm sure she locked herself in so nobody could stop her from doing what she did. She sat there, drank the poison, and breathed her last breath.
It still doesn't. Why the hell would Hina claim that she did it, though? It doesn't make any sense.
And the empty bottle of poison rolled around the locked room until we came and opened it. At that point, someone grabbed the bottle and snuck it out of the room. And that was you, wasn't it, Hina?
Like, she does realize by taking the blame for it, she kills all of us. Literally everyone would die. Because the blackened in this case would have been Sakura, who's already dead. You're a bitch, Hina.
You did it to throw off the investigation, didn't you? When we found her body, you stayed right there near the door, because you already knew Sakura was dead. And because the bottle of poison had rolled near the doorway.
That's when you picked up the bottle, right? I was too shocked to notice anything, and Kyoko was busy checking the body.
And the more I think about it, the more I realize how unusual your actions were.
I mean, she did instantly leave to go get the others. Shaky legs, Hina left the rec room.
You said you were going to go get everyone else, but your real intention was to go to the chem lab and switch out the containers, wasn't it? Once you were at the chem lab, you headed straight to the section where the protein powder was kept. There, You took the powder and poured it into the bottle of poison you'd grabbed from the rec room. When you left the lab, all you had was the empty protein can. Thinking about it like that, the footprints make perfect sense.
When you were done, you gathered everyone together. And once you were back in the rec room...
I mean, these actions still make no logical sense. Like, none whatsoever.
While everyone else was focused on Sakura, you quietly placed the can on the ground. Honestly, I should have noticed. You should have been the first one to run up to Sakura's lifeless body.
Yeah, I just assumed she was too traumatized. Like, she didn't want it to be real.
The Hina I know never would have left her side in a situation like that.
So, Sakura committed suicide. In order to hide this fact, Hina undertook a series of actions to undermine the investigation.
And get us all killed.
As long as you could disguise the truth, you didn't care if we blamed you for her death.
Because we would be guessing wrong and get executed!
That's why you didn't bother to get rid of such obvious evidence, right? The footprints in the powder and the bottle of poison? Vital pieces of evidence. And yet,
So you're saying Hina consciously deceived us to make it look like she killed Sakura?
No! No! No, 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 no! I killed her! I did it!
Why is she trying to kill us?
That's enough, Hina.
I don't get
It's
it.
over.
It's not! Nothing's over!
It is. Actually, no. You're right. You have to end this properly.
What? Okay, so everybody's reading their notes. Tagami, oh man, he is ready to fucking jack off to that note. Hina? I mean, not Hina, Toko. She's like, oh shit, yo. I'm gonna get in the locker. She sees it. Hiro's like, yo, what's up, dude? And then blasts her ass with a whatchamacallit. A bottle of where's breaking the bottle? I guess, oh, there we go. There's the horsey. And then he's like, yo, I'm gonna fucking write Toko here. Hell yeah, brother. And then he's running. And then she comes out. She's like, put that shit back. Oh, no. That goes there. Oh, that's her coming out of the thingy. And then she puts it back upside down. Wakes up, switches over, blasts her ass with the, sends the queen flying. Oh my gosh, she's so fast. Okay, she gets back up. And then she drinks the poison because reasons that still don't really make any sense to me. Okay. This is then Hina sees the thing, picks it up. Okay. Then Hina. Oh, no. That's her picking it up there. Or is that her putting it down? Because, I mean, she has to... I mean, they're the same picture. Because so she sees it, she picks it up, okay, so that's probably her putting it in her pocket. And then she leaves, then comes back. I don't know what this is supposed to be.
Here's exactly
I
what
feel like
happened.
everything's right up until page 10, and then I'm a little like, I don't know.
This case began when Sakura asked a number of people to meet her in the rec room.
So this video is probably going to go long because I would like to essentially finish the
Specifically,
trial.
Those people were Hiro, Toko, and Byakuya. But one of them headed out a bit earlier than the others. She got there one step ahead of everyone else and looked around for a good hiding spot.
Excuse me? How is that not right? You wanna... How is her... Oh, that's her getting out of the locker. Okay. I guess that's what that's supposed to be? Yeah, obviously those are different pictures. Completely. This is totally... Looks like her entering the locker. Whatever. That's a little dumb.
But one of them headed out a bit earlier than the others. Toko. She got there one step ahead of everyone else.
I mean, that totally looks like she's leaving the locker.
And she found it. She crawled into the locker to get out of sight. Then, from inside the locker, she saw Sakura enter the room. Next to arrive was Hiro. When he got there, he mistakenly thought Sakura was going to try to kill him, so he panicked.
He did eat the delicious candy, though.
Without thinking, he grabbed a nearby Monokuma bottle and attacked Sakura with it. Thinking he'd killed her, he hastily began covering up his crime. He took a magazine from the table and forged a dying message from Sakura. To that end, he wrote down a name. Toko. By writing her name, he was hoping to pin the murder on her. But of course, Toko had witnessed
That definitely
the whole
looks
thing.
more like she's entering the
So
locker
as soon
to
as
me.
the coast was clear,
Like she's shutting the door in on herself is the way that looks like to me. I can kind of see how it looks like she's leaving, but...
she jumped out of the locker and hid the magazine on the shelf with all the others. But in her rush, she made one little mistake. She put the magazine back upside down. Soon after, she watched as Sakura slowly opened her eyes. She also saw the blood dripping off Sakura's head and fainted. This caused her personality to switch back over to Genocide Jack. When she woke back up, her second personality also saw the blood-soaked Sakura,
And blasted her.
and she freaked out. And just like Hiro, she grabbed another Monokuma bottle and attacked her.
Or Sakura.
This explains why there were 2 wounds on Sakura's head. Assuming Sakura really was dead this time, she set about disposing of the evidence. She gathered up the broken Monokuma bottle shards and the queen chess piece. And that explains how Sakura was attacked twice with the same type of weapon.
I mean, this doesn't really explain
But even
anything.
after those
I'm
2
being
blows,
honest.
she was still alive.
I mean, it's
So
obviously
then,
has to be stuff we
what
already
was
know,
Sakura's
but
actual cause of
or else
death?
you wouldn't be able to figure it out. But like, why does she drink the poison?
It was the poison that Sakura herself got from the chem lab.
And really, like, that's not even the confusing part. Like, Sakura committing suicide, there's a few explanations for that. Kina trying to cover up that suicide and get herself, like, convicted, which would then murder everyone else, makes no sense.
She turned the rec room into a true locked room scenario, and then drank the deadly mixture. And there, she took her final breath.
I think we
Later
got
on,
these last
the
ones
rest of
maybe
us
wrong,
discovered that her body was in there.
but I don't know
We
what
had
else
to
could
smash
go in
the door's
those.
window to get inside. But someone already knew what had happened. Knew that she had committed suicide.
Okay. Obviously, they're the opposite. I guess this goes here, and this... God. How do I... Let's switch back over to the mouse. How do I move the wheel? Oh, you use the scroll wheel. Wait, no. Where's the jacket thingy? I guess it's this?
The killer is you!
Okay, there we go.
And that same someone quietly snatched the bottle of poison from off the ground.
Oh, yeah. Those bottles match. That's how you're supposed to know.
And while nobody
Oh, and
was
that's her
looking,
taking it out.
replaced it with an empty protein can.
I thought that was her putting it in her pocket to leave with
They
it.
did all this specifically to place all the suspicion on themselves.
But yeah, they took the poison
in an
out. They
attempt
didn't.
to guide the trial to a false conclusion.
And murder everyone.
And the one who went to all that effort.
What the hell is this
You,
art?
Gina.
Dude, look at fucking Makoto's anime protagonist pose.
That's the full truth of the case.
Yeah, you better be crying. You tried to kill us.
Sakura took her own life, and you claim to be the killer to hide that fact. Isn't that right?
It doesn't make any sense. It makes no sense.
That's what happened?
I mean, it makes sense, but like, because of the rules of the game, we would have died. She would have killed all of us just to make it seem like Sakura didn't kill herself. Like,
But, Makoto, how did you
make any sense.
manage to...
You're dumb, Byakuya. That's why.
How were you able to uncover the truth that even I couldn't discern?
Huh? Oh, well,
I mean, we did have Kyoko walking us through it the entire time.
You still haven't realized? We don't all act according to calculations and cost-benefit diagrams. That's what makes us so complicated. That's what you don't understand. And that's why you couldn't solve this case. See? Didn't I tell you? When you dismiss other people's feelings, it'll always come back to bite you in the end.
Exactly, anime friendship. Lots of A's. That's good. A B. Probably like a... Okay. What B? Got 108 medals.
Okay. I think we can all agree you made your point.
Well, we're not really at the end of the trial, but I can't really... I don't have enough time to probably keep recording and finish this. So we're going to stop here. In the next video, we'll do the punishment? I don't know how that's going to work. I guess everybody makes it out alive? I kind of hate Hina now for trying to kill us for no reason. Does she just not get the rules of the game? I don't know. The whole thing made no sense. It was definitely a cool little, like, I liked the trial and the setup, but it hinges on a just complete logical inconsistency, I guess. I'm Extra Cheesy 87. Stay tuned for the next part, and bye, guys.